I hope you've taken a look at weeks 3 and 4 in Moodle. In this unit, you're going to continue to analyze the instructional technologies at your chosen educational organization, as well as learn about makerspaces. But first, a review of your work from this last unit. Two things come into mind. Please adhere to the discussion board posting lengths. So this past unit, everyone was a bit light as far as what's required from your initial post and then what's required for your comment posts. Going forward, I'm going to have to deduct if you come in short. Also, mind those due dates and posting windows. So your first post is due by that first Friday of the unit, and then after everyone has posted their initial post, you can begin to comment. So commenting starts at 12:05 Saturday morning, and then from Saturday morning through Wednesday evening at 11:55, you will comment on your peers' posts. Okay, please don't comment before that. Make sure everyone has a chance to make their initial post before you start doing the comments. The second thing, please use that paper template that I provided for you under the Getting Started tab. It's all the way at the very bottom of the Getting Started tab. You just download it out of my OneDrive and you can update it with your text, your title, all that. But it's working smarter, not harder. A lot of people tried to, reinvent APA this past unit, and they didn't have Times New Roman, they didn't have a properly set up header. They didn't have size 12 font throughout. They didn't have, everything double spaced. Just use that template for you. It's going to be a lot easier. Okay, new stuff. So please review all the multimedia provided for you under the week 3 and 4 class content tab. This unit, you're going to begin by reading the Horizon Report. The Horizon Report is pretty cool. It's an annual report that's conducted by EDUCAUSE, and it forecasts the biggest tech trends in education going forward. And it gives overviews of trends, kind of timelines for those trends to really start being implemented in schools. And then a ranking of what technologies are going to have the biggest impacts in the next couple of years. So once you read this report, please share your thoughts in discussion forum too. This report is going to act as a primer for your Makerspaces module. The Horizon Report notes that Makerspaces are a 1 year or less time to adoption timeline, and a lot of you are probably already seeing Makerspaces readily available to you in your schools. Please be sure to read the Makerspaces section of that Horizon Report really carefully, as this is a topic that we're going to focus on in this unit. After you review the Makerspaces module, you're going to be ready to get started on the 3D printing project. So 3D printing lends itself really well to Makerspaces with characteristics of designing and engineering in it. And then for this project, you're going to use a 3D design tool called Tinkercad. It's great for all grade levels. So, whatever you teach, you can implement it in your classroom. And it's really cool to create something for your homework assignment that you could potentially use in your classroom. So something that you could design and then print and use in your classroom or educational organization. So it could be something based on your school curriculum. So it could be, a hypothetical project that students would make, and they would make something, from the novel that they're reading or something like that to demonstrate their understanding. It could be a teaching tool that you'd use in the classroom, or it could just be a fun design based on your area of expertise. Please note, you do not actually have to print your 3D model. This is really more just about the modeling aspect. I understand if not everybody has 3D printers available to them. So although it would be really cool for everybody to print, it's not really logistically possible. But if you do want to print whatever you create, I do have a link at the bottom of that assignment. It's also in the PowerPoint where you can send your design and they will print it on a 3D printer for you. Other stuff, just be sure to follow those instructions really carefully for that assignment. And then also review the Analyzing Instructional Technologies PowerPoint, and that's going to help you prepare for the next step in your semester-long Instructional Technology Change Plan project. So also due in this unit is your Instructional Technology Inventory. What you're going to be doing for that is you're going to document all the different instructional technologies available at that institution, that educational organization, and then their specs. So I'm looking for a couple different stats here. Tell me about what the technology is, how many of that technology there are, the age of the technology, the level of functionality, and then how often people use it. Is it used a lot? Is it not used very much? And remember, keep this to a list of tools that can be used for instruction. So things like wall-mounted phones and stuff like that isn't what this assignment's all about, so you don't need to include those in your list. Once you have your list and the associated stats, please write either a 2 to 3 page paper or create a PowerPoint explaining your process, your findings, and the implications of those findings. So if you do a PowerPoint, the length will vary. Just make sure that you answer all the different questions that are associated with this prompt. And then as always, if you have any questions as you work, please just let me know. And if you get done with any of these assignments early, please continue on, stay ahead. The workload will build. All right, so let me know if anything pops up. Adios.